All right, week 14 portfolio review. I'm still in Dallas. I don't have my voice, but we will persist. We got lots to cover yesterday, including some very fun action in the Dawg Bowl. Shout out to BestBallViper for taking down the $200,000 top prize. We had explosion games from Josh Allen in the late slate and all other kinds of things to discuss. I'm Pete. This is the portfolio review. Let's do it.
I suffer from a debilitating condition known as atropic chokitis. I suffer from a debilitating condition known as atropic chokitis.
Peter's one of the greatest depositors I've ever seen.
All right, maybe my intro video is not going to play. That's how down bad we are this morning. GM. My full disclosure, my internet this morning in here is not good for some reason. I feel like we got through the cram yesterday, but for some reason today it seems to not be going as well here.
I suffer from a debilitating condition known as atropic chokitis.
Peter's one of the greatest depositors I've ever seen.
Trust the process. Let's go.
I got auto matched with Levitan. This is bullshit.
If I just go the other way in that 66, I win all the money. All the money.
If I had 150 lineups, I'd win too.
Process over results.
Illuminati make a bitch go crazy. I don't know which one of these my baby. Bust down AP, coach 5 bullets in your head like KD. Bust it, bitch go bust it. And I had 10 pints with me in Russia.
Hey everyone.
All right, let's try again. If you guys bitch about the quality, though, I'll just end the stream. I would rather be laying in bed right now than doing this. So, we're going to power through with what we have. We got producer Mark here with me. The show must go on. I'm used to doing this at 10 a.m. Eastern, so the 9 a.m. Central is throwing me off. Had a bunch of large Modelo beers yesterday. Did get my coffee. There's going to be no coffee pours, though, this morning. We're just having to rock with the Starbucks. I am double fisting, though. I got an iced coffee and a regular coffee here. So we at least have our usual caffeine. But, again, no coffee pour. I know KZ was disappointed yesterday during the cram, no coffee pour. So, it is what it is. We'll be back to our normal battle station next week, but still had to get the portfolio review up. And I will be honest. I did not open either the Underdog or DraftKings app yesterday after like the middle of the third quarter of those late games. Once Josh Allen started to go nuts and I lost my first place in the BR. If you guys didn't see that, after Kenneth Walker had that big, or not Kenneth Walker, after Zach Charbonnet had that big run, I had a team that moved into first place in the BR. I thought I was looking really, really good. But one thing I didn't consider at the time was that Josh Allen was going to score 50 points. That didn't really cross my mind when Zach Charbonnet was rumbling for that 50-yard touchdown. And that's on me. I should have known that Josh Allen was about to score 50, that Puka was about to score 30, and that all of my first place equity dream should have never existed in the first place. But here's what we do around here. We always start with DraftKings, where I also got my nuts kicked in yesterday. So we're going to all work through our fields today. I see we got some of the Dawg Bowl participants in the chat. And, I know for a lot of people yesterday, it was either a euphoric day for a handful that finished at the top, maybe a disappointing day for some people who didn't. But, the show must go on. We got to recap it, rain or shine. And that's what we're going to do here. All right, let me get this up on screen for us here. We're going to start on DraftKings. I made 3 lineups, and I put them in the power sweep. I mentioned this on the cram yesterday, how instead of being in a bunch of different contests, I was like, let me just put 3 in the same contest. And I also mentioned this on the cram yesterday, but I hand built these. I got my calluses back on my hands, no sims for me making these lineups. Literally sat there like a man and entered these lineups, and legitimately was feeling pretty good about them until Josh Allen broke the slate, although I never really had a chance on DraftKings because I didn't have Sam Darnold doubles either. So I'll recap a couple of my better lineups, and then we'll actually see what won. And I'm not kidding. I haven't looked at any of these tops of the leaderboards or anything. So you guys are going to be seeing what took it down yesterday for the first time with me. But I think we all kind of have a clue at what's going to be at the top there. So one of the teams I ran, I was super excited to play the Brock Purdy doubles. And it seemed like that surprised people yesterday. People were talking about Trent Williams. They were worried about Jauan Jennings ownership. And based on like how everyone was talking about it, it didn't seem like anyone wanted to play this. And that was definitely the case. I got Brock Purdy at 1.7%, Jauan Jennings at 14.3%, and then George Kittle at 3.6%. I did not have a bring back on this lineup. In going down on some of these guys, I was able to get in Charbonnet, Barkley, and Kamara, Saints D, and then I had a couple other kind of pump play wide receivers, Elijah Moore at 8.3%. And then my super fringe favorite pump play that I touted on the cram that definitely whiffed was Kevin Austin Jr. there on the Saints. He only scores 1.5 points, so that did not work out. Charbonnet scores 41 points at 61% ownership. Barkley scores 17 at 31%, and Kamara scores 12.9 at 33%. And one thing we did talk about on the cram was that this Barkley and Kamara ownership was going to converge, and that is exactly what happened there. I know ETR had like a pretty big gap between Barkley. I think they had him at 20% and Kamara at 40%, but just knowing how excited everyone was to play Barkley, and then with all the value opening up, it became pretty clear that people were going to get up to Barkley. So this was a fun lineup to be able to get in a double stack I liked and jam both Kamara and Barkley. But yeah, it does not get home, obviously. And I do want to see now what the first place lineups look like. I mean, I was so far off the cash line. There were teams that scored 100 more points than me. So this is what you needed yesterday. Josh Allen, holy cow, this lineup has a Braylon Allen, was able to survive that. But had Josh Allen to Khalil Shakur, Puka Nacua, Jordan Addison, Tyreek Hill, Seahawks defense. So that's wild. Didn't need Jefferson. Was able to survive Braylon Allen, only 7 points from the Seahawks. But you get in the Addison one-off, and then this was just such a dominant stack. Josh Allen to Shakir with the Puka Nacua bring back. My God. Josh Allen and Puka combined for 50 or 100 points. That's insane. That's insane. Josh Allen at 6.7%, Puka at 7.9%. I mean, really only Zach Charbonnet, the only thing in here over 20%, and then only one other guy over 10% in Braylon Allen. So pretty nutty up there that even the Sam Darnold doubles couldn't hang when Josh Allen dropped 50. I'm trying to see if we can find a Sam Darnold team up here. It's just all Josh Allen. Like Josh Allen just carried so much yesterday. There's a Sam Darnold team in 7th place. So there's the Darnold to Jefferson and Addison, which again, like thinking, and my heart goes out to these teams here, like K Brickle or KR Brickle here, to think that you have this locked up. I'm sure this team was in first place heading into the late games. You have Darnold, Jefferson, Addison with the Mooney bring back, Jauan Jennings, Charbonnet. That first half of the 4 p.m. games, you're like, oh, I am absolutely cooking. And then bam, these Josh Allen and Puka teams track you down and leave you in the dust. So yes, that was my experience yesterday. Some sick shit with a 50 burger from Josh Allen. Jason's first time to score more than 200 points and barely won anything. Yeah. Checking up on the chat here. Hand builds one time and he burns his flex. Yeah, do you think I was swapping yesterday at the Dawg Bowl? Get out of here. Perfect lineup at 300 points. Yeah, 228 points in a min cash. Purple Yosh was on it. Josh, Puka, and a lot of Kittle, but no Addison. That's the other thing, man. Of just like how fucking perfect you have to be on DraftKings. Like you could just to see those teams that were Darnold doubles, and it's like you fucking hit the nuts. Yeah, Dark Sheep in the chat here. Had some really nice teams yesterday in the Dawg Bowl. Congrats again, Dark Sheep. Ransack becoming a YouTube member. Welcome. No After Dark this week because I was traveling, but we'll get back to having a couple premium shows a week, After Dark on Saturday nights, the Crams on Sunday that you get access to as a YouTube member. Pete battling through this makes me feel a little guilty that I randomly take Monday sick days for no reason. I was like, if I sleep through this show, I sleep through this show, but I was up. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm trying to get some of the chats pulled up, but like the internet is not cooperating with me here. I was trying to pull up Jewish McCaffrey here, mentioning the NBA Dawg Bowl. That was announced yesterday at the end of the NFL Dawg Bowl. So if you guys are looking to make a live final, there's going to be some opportunities with the NBA contest on Underdog. So that should be a fun time. People are like shocked how I sound. I was at a live final yesterday, drinking beers with really loud music, talking with people for 8 hours straight. So yes, guys, this is how I sound. We can either agree to do the show under these circumstances, or we cannot do the show at all. So that is going to be the deal here. Oh, Ransack got second in the Wildcat this week off $100 worth of entries. Had to get the volume. Located in Connecticut. Okay. Thanks for all the content. Congrats, man. That's awesome. What's up, Tyler? Tyler had a late night a few of these nights as well, hanging out as Mathologies +1. It's great hanging out with Tyler this weekend. All right. Yes, we will do the show. I feel fine. I'm just more frustrated with my internet, and I'm trying to pull up comments and everything's a little glitchy. So that's frustrating, but we're going to power through here. I'll quickly look at my other lineups, although it doesn't really fucking matter. I had another team that scored similarly to the Brock Purdy one. I wanted to roll out a Will Levis skinny stack. And as you can tell by my teams, they were very similar builds. This one, I wanted to do Levis to Ridley, and I wanted to get in Justin Jefferson on this team, which worked out. I wanted to play Trey McBride, which did not work out. This one I did Barkley, Sharbs, and Garendo, so just kind of ate the chalk at wide receiver. Did my cute Kevin Austin Jr. punt play. Saints defense, again, who I kind of just lock buttoned. Really like that spot for them. So yeah, this team did not get home. Will Levis, left the game a little bit with a shoulder injury after a hit. Came back, and disappointing too, because thought there was a chance for him to have a bigger day. They had multiple chances in the red zone. I mean, he overthrew Nick Westbrook-Akine just slightly on what should have been a touchdown. A kind of unfortunate run out there, and that game just duds. But yeah, liked these lineups that I got in, and didn't get to a Darnold build, but knew I wanted some access to that game in at least one of my 3 lineups. So played Justin Jefferson here. These percentages, Levis at 7%, Ridley at 14.5%, Trey McBride at 18.9%. So this one was a little chalkier, but still had, enough differentiators that I feel decent about it despite the results. And then my last team bombed. This was the Baker team. Wanted to do Baker, Evans, Shepard with a Brock Bowers bring back. Also had Rachaad White in there. So I was like, oh man, this thing might cook. Like early on when Rachaad White caught that receiving touchdown, I was like, this is going to look nice. And then the poor run out for Bucky getting hurt. Thought this team could do well, but then, man, turned into an interception fest. AOC gets hurt. Like, this game looked so hot after the first quarter and then just completely stalled out. Shout out to Brandon from the Cram. I remember him bringing up Jalen McMillan, and I kind of poo-pooed it and said, just play Sterling Shepard. Jalen McMillan looked good yesterday. So congrats on that call. I thought it was a little thin just relative to how good Shepard had been looking, but that was a nice call there. Really disappointing game for Bowers too. Had that other near miss in the red zone that I thought was going to be a touchdown there. Had a little yards after catch stuff going on, but not that kind of monster reception game we were all kind of banking on there. Let's see what took down the Deposit Kingdom contest though. Man, 252 points in this one as well. Shout out to bruh man, 6'8" here. Josh Allen, Zach Charbonnet, Bijan Robinson, Amari Cooper, Michael Wilson, interesting. Jordan Addison, K. Dotton, Puka Nacua, Saints D. So a naked Josh Allen with a Puka Nacua bring back. And then, oh, sorry, not naked. Amari Cooper in here. My bad. Amari Cooper at 5,100. Pretty nice play there with Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid ruled out, and I think people mainly playing Shakir. So Amari Cooper, nice little pivot there, gets you 15.5 points. Bijan was another kind of nice pivot, 3.9%. He scores 20. Did get the Charbonnet play in there. And then this was kind of unconventional, getting to the 4 wide receivers. It was definitely a week where the majority of the field was playing 3 running backs with all that 3 running back value. So went with Michael Wilson, a little mini correlation opposite Charbonnet there. One off K. Dotton. Again, kind of interesting to be able to survive that score of only 10 points. But in a smaller contest like this, to get the 54 points from Josh Allen at 5.8% and the Puka bring back, that's it's just tough to beat that combo, the Josh Allen and the Puka. Deposit Kingdom, myself included, you can see my balance. Actually, you can't see my balance up here. It's obscured by the screen. We're going to have to deposit again over here, and maybe that's what everyone's feeling and why this contest isn't filling either. So we'll have to make this smaller next week, most likely. However, let's continue to check in on some of these teams. We had another, of course, in second place. The Body Spill had the Josh Allen, this time to Shakir. With the Puka Nacua bring back, also had Charbonnet and Garendo. Oh, this was a double with Dawson Knox. Thought that was a good play. Like if you were using Josh Allen, just tossing in Dawson Knox at 3,900, I think made a lot of sense. 1.5 points. I know a lot of people in the Dawg Bowl had either selected him in the 6th round or swapped to him after they took Kincaid. So disappointing score there for Dawson Knox. Like I think if you told any Dawson Knox manager or whatever that Josh Allen was going to score 54 fantasy points, they would have jammed Dawson Knox. But he was not the beneficiary of that explosion. Shout out, we get Roma Dunze in here. The Drew Dinkmeyer flag plant finally hits. That's how you do it. You just martingale, and then it hits. 2 receiving touchdowns. That Bears offense was pretty bad yesterday. But a pretty nice run out by Rome, being able to get the 2 touchdowns there on only 4 receptions. Nick Westbrook Akine numbers there, 2 TDs on 4 receptions. Pindemic in third. Here's our first Sam Darnold team in the contest. Darnold to Jefferson and Addison. Let's see. Did he bring it back? Doesn't look like a bring back. Played Devontae Adams, who I liked a lot. I think that was a really nice play at 6,700. I had a bag of him on Underdog. Didn't play him in my DraftKings lineups, but that's a really nice play there. 3.6%. He drops almost 30 points. The Bucky, man, that's what kills this lineup. I mean, you're not going to beat the Josh Allen Puka teams regardless, but to only get 2.8 points and still finish in third here, really disappointing for Bucky. I haven't even seen, has there been an update on what his injury stuff was? I mean, I saw him on the sideline and not coming back into that game, but have we gotten an update on if Bucky's going to be okay going forward? I normally on Sundays, I'll write the Fantasy Life newsletter, so I'm on top of all the injuries, but I took this Sunday off, so I have no clue what's going on with Bucky right now. GM.Alex, congrats to all who ended in the green yesterday. Bucky left out of precaution, nothing serious. All right, that's good. Just precaution. All right, that makes me feel better. Let's look at a few more of these teams, then we'll move on. Here's another Darnold team. D. Luca finishes 4th. Had the JSN bring back. Man, it felt like that game. like was close to taking off, and then the Cardinals just couldn't really do their part. But that Zach Charbonnet JSN little mini there on Seahawks without anything else looks nice. Darnold, Jefferson, Addison didn't force the bring back. Bowers, doesn't get there. Look at this Bowers ownership in the Deposit Kingdom, 42%. I knew he was going to be Giga owned in the Deposit Kingdom because we did our survey on the Cram yesterday, and I asked everybody who their favorite tight end play was. And normally the Cram crew kind of like sidesteps the chalk a little bit. Like it's rare for the Cram crew to say the most popular tight end. And everyone was just like Bowers. And I was like, okay, all right, Bowers is going to get jammed. And I get it, man. He coming off of that performance last week into this spot against the Bucks. But yeah, 42% in the Deposit Kingdom's funny. Pan Fried Beats in 5th with a Darnold. Betting. Oh, there's a Stafford team. Okay. Didn't see a lot of that. Yeah, Stafford comes in at 1.9%, gets Puka at 6.5%, Cup at 3%. Interesting there. What's funny is like the old school DFS, or not like old school DFS thing would have been you play the Rams pass catchers, but you play it with Josh Allen because it's like a Stafford doesn't have the ceiling on its own, but you still want to get exposure to Cup and Puka. I wonder if anyone rolled that out in contest. In hindsight, that would have been a really nice like small field build on Underdog. You like at the 1-2 turn, you take Josh Allen and Puka, and then you come back and you just take Cup still and just say, I'll access that game and stack it up via Allen. That would have worked out. Losing 3K on the DK slate. Yeah, I literally didn't even log in to look at my DK lineups yesterday because I was like, first of all, no Darnold, no money. And then no Josh Allen, no money. But let's get over to Underdog and let's get to where things get painful here. All right. So as I mentioned, I thought I had a team that was cooking. I got really teased. I wish I wouldn't have had my hopes up. I talk about these kind of sweats before, and again, you're not going to catch me here complaining. I've had a very good year. I'm not going to complain. It does suck the tease, right? I just wish that Josh Allen game would have happened at 1 p.m., right? Never would have even thought about this team. Wouldn't have ever even cared. But the ordering of it made it specifically painful. I had this team that ended up finishing in 48th place. That is hilarious. This team, like people thought I was like running away with first place, and this team finishes in 48th place, which is hilarious. So this was the team, in the 1 p.m. games, I had Darnold, Jefferson, Addison, and then the Bijan bring back. And then I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, okay, we got Sharps and Kittle late. Like this could be fun. I think when we entered the 4 p.m. games, I was like 14 or 15 points off of first place. And I was like, I'm sure there's a team that has Kittle ahead of me. I'm sure there's a team that has Sharps, but I was like, probably not too many teams that have both of these guys. And Kittle starts cooking. Zach Charbonnet gets that touchdown. And then I'm like, holy shit, I'm 4 points out of first place right now. And I'm looking and I'm like, I don't think I'm blocked. Zach Charbonnet scores that big touchdown in the second quarter, and I moved into first place. And I'm like looking around, I'm looking at the teams behind me, and I'm like, I got this Kittle team blocked. I got this Charbonnet team blocked. I was like, holy shit. And the sweat ended up being there as we started the third quarter of that Rams game. I was like, okay, there's the Puka team that was 10 points back. I think, which I don't even see, are they even up here? I think the initial Puka team, I don't even know where I think it was this one, this EOJ team. Yeah, this was the EOJ team that I was worried about because they had my exact same team, but it was a 1v1 of my Jefferson to their Puka. Exact same team, Darnold, Bijan, Charbonnet. So I was like, fuck. If Puka flips Jefferson, then I'm screwed. So that was the team I started worrying about. And I was looking at how Puka was playing in that game, and I'm like, all right, fuck. I'm going to get the blade. But at the time, I still thought, I was like, all right, I'm not going to get first, but I'll probably drop down to like third, fourth, fifth. But then the Allen teams came, and I just like, I don't know if I was drinking, I was having a good time. I didn't quite realize the pace Josh Allen was on. Like after the game when they're like, he had 6 touchdowns. I was like, when did those happen? It all happened in such a flurry that I didn't really have time to process it. And I literally had not logged back in to see where I finished. And until right now, and saw that I got 48th place, which is hilarious. I think I thought I would have been like top 25 at least. So yes, that was brutal. But man, shout out to some familiar names up here. K-Bash, who I know is in the Deposit Kingdom Discord, had this diabolical team, man. It's kind of like what I was talking about with the 2 Rams wide receivers with Allen, had the 2 Minnesota wide receivers with Josh Allen. Never in a million years would I have drafted this team outside of if it was like reversed and you got like sniped on Darnold and then settled for the other quarterback. But obviously in this instant, took Josh Allen first. Had Kyron. So it was Josh Allen with the Kyron bring back, Charbonnet one off, Jefferson, Addison, and then Janu. Crazy lineup here, 51.88 points. So shout out to K-Bash. Our guy Copper Prices finished in 3rd here for 10K. I haven't seen what his team is yet. Or actually, I think I saw him posted on Twitter, but I need to be refreshed here as I pull it up, as my internet is struggling right now. All right, here we go. Copper, had Josh Allen with Puka. It's crazy how many other versions there of winning. Like Copper finishes 3rd with no Jefferson and no Addison. Tyreek Hill's late surge really helped there as well. But yeah, Garendo ended up being a piece that surpassed Bijan as well. It's crazy how many different variations there were up there. Because for a while it was looking like it was just going to be, you had to have the Darnold doubles. I want to see what 2nd place looked like. This internet lagging is killing me right now, guys. Wow, a double swap team. Had anyone else seen this yet? So they swapped, I assume this is, okay, Breece Hall to Sharbs. Man, I had my one big week, the 2nd place team where I had the swap from Metcalf to Zay, but the double swap is some sick stuff. And then George Pickens to Adams. Wow. That is crazy. So an Allen, Kyron, Puka, Kittle team, but then gets the double swap off of Pickens and Breece Hall there. Awin, who was at the Dawg Bowl Final, also had some teams cooking. He finishes in 4th place here for 7,500. Had the Allen with Puka and Cup. Okay, that was the other one I was talking about there. So man, so many ways to slice this up yesterday. Had to have Allen though. You can't overcome 51.8 points at quarterback. 51. You're sitting here looking at Sam Darnold scoring 34.58, and you're like, there's no way he's getting past. And if he does get past, you're still going to need Jefferson and Addison, which that's exactly what K-Bash had there. Crazy stuff yesterday here in the BR. Patrick Barnes YouTube had a team here in 23rd place. He had a really nice finish in the Dawg Bowl yesterday. Let's quickly see if I can pull up the Dawg Bowl, the Dawg Bowl leaderboard here at the end. I don't know if Underdog tweeted it out just to show you guys. Did anyone tweet this out? All right. Yeah, there's some fun videos up there of DFS Viper celebrating. Does someone have a Dawg Bowl leaderboard? Here's one from Patrick Barnes. So yeah, BestBallViper finishes in 1st. It says 190K because they already received the 10K. It was the 200K total. Patrick Barnes takes down 2nd for 100K. Sheep finishes in 3rd for 70K. BestBallViper littered the leaderboard there, 60K in 4th. Drap, who had 9 teams, had the 3 seats there, finishes in 5th for 50K. Our guy Mathology, man, the Hawk Tua team, guys. The Hawk Tua team that also had Jordan Addison there. Finishes in 6th place for Mathology there for 45K. Awesome to see him up there. He had a good sweat for most of the day. No guys going late. So he was in that kind of agonizing space of just needing to hold. But to maintain that 6th place there is nice. Vogie Berra, really nice dude. Got to hang out with him. He's also a Deposit Kingdom guy there. Finishes in 7th place. So fun to see all these guys up there. The ETR crew, Patrick Barnes and Dave and Steven, who does social for them, were all well on the big finish yesterday. Yeah, the Hawk Tua team, man, just absolutely legendary stuff. If you happen to missed it, Mathology driving me crazy right now with this internet. Charlie, I believe, what did you take down? I saw in the Discord briefly, goal line stand, I think it was. Let's check this out. Appreciate giving the memberships there. This fucking internet's driving me crazy. All right. Can you guys still hear me? I can't even get this Underdog leaderboard to refresh here. All right. Sounds like you guys can hear me all right. Yeah, I might try the phone hotspot. I think that's a decent deal. Why don't we try to set that up for a second, and then we'll see if that helps out at all. Yeah, yesterday with the cram, it was fine. All right, let me try connect to this hotspot. I might go down for 1 second here as I connect, but just bear with me. All right, let's try this. Tell me if this ends up being any better for us here. I'm going to try to refresh this here. Sorry, guys, this is as frustrating for me as it is for you. Mark, let me know, is this any better? I got switched over to the hotspot, but I can't really tell yet because things aren't really pulling up any faster. Let me close down these DraftKings tabs, see if that helps at all. Seems better? All right, so I just need this stuff to load. I want to look at these teams here. It's not loading. Appreciate the gifted memberships here, though, from Charlie and Ransack. I will look at your guys' lineups in a second when I can actually access them. I'd listen to this through a tin can on a string. The Wi-Fi at this resort is a disaster. It absolutely is. It's like, come on, it's 2024. Can we get some decent internet up in here? You know what? I might end up even get this pulled up, but I'm gonna start looking at these on my phone. That's gonna be slow because it's my now Wi-Fi. I can't win right now, guys. I'm down so bad. Let's switch over to some of our iced coffee. Got to take the sticker off before you can drink it. Pro tip. Do I review weekly winners contests around these parts? Generally not. Generally because I forget about it. But my dream, I've mentioned this in the Discord. The dream is that like someone says, yo, congrats on weekly winners. And you're like, wait, what? And then you remember to go check it and you have like a top 10 team. But no, I have not had many weekly winner sweats. I don't know if this hotspot's helping, guys. I can't even get in Underdog right now. Tell Nez to swing by with an Ethernet cable. It's time to go old school. I guess one other thing I could do is try to go find the router and get closer to it. I can't believe I can't even get this to load up. This is ridiculous. All right. I'm going to take that off right now and try to load it up again. I'm sorry, guys. This is driving me nuts. How about this? Charlie, tell me what your team was in the goal line stand. Drop it in the chat, and then we can talk about it, and we can visualize it in our heads as I try to get something pulled up here. I assume, was it a Josh Allen team with Jefferson and Puka, something like that? What is my favorite BBM team going into week 15? I have to look at those today. I'm hoping that my advance rate is doing good after yesterday. I mean, I don't have much Josh Allen, so maybe not, but I have a ton. Zach Charbonnet is my most drafted player. So my hope was that Charbonnet was carrying a few extra teams in. I also have a lot of Jordan Addison. So yeah, I'm excited to look at it. We'll see if I'll be able to fucking pull it up. But yes, I have not specifically looked at any teams right now to know which ones might be able to cook here. Buddy, we're trying to pull it up. We are trying to pull it up. All right, here's the Charlie team. Darnold, Jefferson, Addison, Adunze, Kittle. That's what's super interesting about, and this happened in the Dawg Bowl yesterday, right? Where you were able to win without Josh Allen. And I think it speaks to how you basically, I guess, the way to have won, because you couldn't get Allen and Puka really in those 12-person drafts. Like, that wasn't achievable. So then it was more likely that an Allen team was not going to land on the Jefferson and Addison. Well, they wouldn't be able to get Jefferson either. So it does kind of make sense that the way the 12-person dynamics shook out, that wasn't possible. But congrats on that, man. I think I have some life here on the screen share. Let me see. Here we go. All right. Are we cooking? All right. I think we're cooking. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here it is. Okay. All right. Finally. All right. Here's the line of scrimmage team. So yeah, Darnold, Jefferson, Addison, and then Charbonnet, and then a little mini correlation here with Rome and Kittle. This is just a sick team. Where did you get? Wow. Got Charbonnet at pick 30. That was another really interesting thing. The disparity between where Charbonnet was going in the Dawg Bowl relative to some of the goal line stands. I took Charbonnet at pick 28 in a goal line stand yesterday morning, and it was like, it's like 15 picks mispriced relative to where he should have been going, which is pretty nuts that price was still available because he should not have been going that late. But man, this is just a sick team. A really nice team to start with Jefferson, and then go Kittle here, and then come back, build out the game stack, build a little additional correlation there. Awesome team there. And yeah, sick to take it down on the week that it's boosted up to a 20K prize pool. So congrats, Charlie there. Pretty sick. And then let's see, Wet Like a Book was in the chat, wanted me to look at his 5th place team. Also had a Darnold, Jefferson, Addison, had Chuba. That ended up being a good late round pick. Man, can we just tilt a little bit about Jonathan Brooks? Has there been an update this morning? I assume his season is done, but I hadn't seen anything official yesterday. Just a bummer that Brooks wasn't going to amount to much this year regardless, but to have it derailed by injury is definitely a bummer. What Like in Book says, still had my draft board up for 5th place squads. Realized I took Njoku over Charbs. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah, Isaiah Davis was cooking yesterday. He looked really good. Yeah, I'll hopefully we get another big goal line stand this weekend. I don't think it filled though, so probably going to be smaller. I doubt we're going to get a 20K first place prize. Hopefully I'm wrong. I ended up getting 15 teams in here. It looks like I did have one good team. This must have been the team I drafted in the morning. Or not, because I had a swap on it. So this must have been an early week team because I took Pickens. Although I guess I could have been drafting Pickens in the morning. This was a Darnold, Jefferson, Addison. It was fucking Kyle Pitts who sunk this team. My God. Thanks for nothing, Kyle Pitts. 1.9. I do remember this pick at the very end. Let's see. How far off of first was I? Okay, I was like 22 points off. There wasn't really any way to make up those tight end points late. Were all these teams just Darnold doubles? Yeah. Every team up here at the top was a Darnold double. There's an Allen team. There's finally an Allen team. Young Guns, Josh Allen, Devontae Smith, Jauan, Jennings, Kittle, Charbonnet, Pollard. All right, let's take a look at the Deposit Kingdom contest. Turbotron took it down. 177.78 points here. Sam Darnold to Jefferson. No Addison, but had Puka, George Kittle, Garendo, and Charbonnet. So the 2 punt running backs there. Really nice team. 177.78 points. Yeah, just a very nice team. You go Jefferson at 5, Puka at 8. Come back and draft Kittle at 17. Draft Garendo at 29. Or go Charbonnet at 20. Garendo at 29, and then Darnold with the last pick at 32. Very nice team there by Turbotron. Picazard here in 2nd place with an Allen, Puka, Jefferson team. Man, how did you pull that off? Jefferson at 4, Allen at 9. Man, Puka at 16. Jeez, why are we letting Puka slide like that, fellas? Pollard at 28, Garendo at 33, and then Kittle there in the middle at 21. Nice team there. Brad finishes in 3rd. Had Josh Allen, Kyron, Sharbs, Jefferson, Njoku, and then a Devontae Adams swap off of Pickens. Those were very nice swaps. If you had the Pickens to Adams swap, second time we've seen that today. There's Alex in the chat, had the Darnold, Jefferson, and then the Kyron, Puka pairing, Charbonnet, and Jonnu Smith. Really nice team there. This is what's crazy. Like looking at these teams, like you look at this team and it's like, how does a team like this not win the contest? It's like Darnold to Jefferson, Puka drops 35, Kyron and Sharbs combined for over 55 points. Just a nutty week. There's a win again here in the Deposit Kingdom contest with the Allen Jefferson Cup, Garendo, Sharbs, Kate Otten. Man, it took us 14 weeks, but we finally got a 0 RB week. We finally had the week Garendo and Sharbs going off, just as the Lord intended. Goods got 8th in the Deposit Kingdom there. There you are, Goods. Josh Allen had Adams, Cup, Bijan, Sharbs, Kittle. Nice team there. Just needed Puka instead of Cup there, but still a nice game from Cup. Is there a way to see what percentage of BBM teams have Garendo? Yes, bbmdb.com. All right, let's check it out. Shout out to my guy, Mike Zakarian, finished 2nd in DeBomb. Here with 170.98, an Allen, Puka, Shakir, Kittle, Sharbs, Najee team. Dreaming of Sundays took it down with an Allen, Puka. Ooh, first time I feel like I've seen James Conner in a top lineup. Obviously, DeBomb, a smaller contest, don't need to be as perfect. This is how bad I am. I was like, I knew going into yesterday, I was like, one thing could wreck me. and it's the Rams and Bills game going nuts because I was light on Puka was the only guy I was heavy on. I was heavy Puka, but I was light Allen, I was light Cup, I was light James Cook, and so I was like, you know what? I'll do a hedge team in DeBomb. So I did a Josh Allen team, but my team just fucking sucked. It had Pickens on it. I got Pickens in the last round. I swapped him to Metcalf. I had to make the decision on my Pickens swaps. I already had a ton of Debo and Devontae Adams, so I decided to do my swaps to Metcalf. That did not work out, but somehow finishing 127th place with a Josh Allen team. That's impressive shit. James Cook, 3.9 points, had Cup here. So picked the wrong pieces to hedge my lack of Buffalo Rams exposure here in DeBomb. Where's my guy who finished 5th here? Is this you, Ransack? Ransack, you said, I don't know if your username matches up. I think you said you finished 5th. Is this you, Dynasty1022? Let me know if that's you. I don't know if you saw my message, John, but I have a nice coffee for you down there on the counter if you want it. I think if this is you, Ransack, otherwise I guess I'm just reviewing some rando's lineup, and I want to shout you out here. Josh Allen, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Jonnu Smith, Garendo, Charbonnet. It was interesting, like those Jonnu teams were looking kind of dead, and then gets that late touchdown and then put them all back in kind of the first place conversation, or, you know, top 5 conversation for a lot of these contests. You're second in the Wildcat. My bad. Hood Faith. Okay. Let's try this again. Hood Faith, Josh Allen, Puka Nacua, Tyreek Hill. Man, Pat Freiermuth in the Wildcat. Love that. Scroll down, baby. Was that after Pickens? Pickens was scratched and then scrolling down for him before lock? If so, that's a sick play. I mean, sick play regardless, but just a good way to capitalize on news and a low-owned guy in the contest. But Allen, Garendo, Charbonnet, Puka, Tyreek Hill, Freiermuth. Fun. That's a really good team, man. Really good team. Love the Allen, Puka. 2 scroll downs at running back, Garendo, Charbonnet, and the scroll down at tight end there. Obviously, Charbonnet got steamed up a little bit, but his ownership was always going to be capped because he was not getting drafted, probably the first third of the contest. It wasn't really until Saturday that people started drafting Charbs, and then it didn't really even pick up until the news was finalized. Garendo, I guess, had a high ADP, so I won't count him as a true scroll down, but Charbs and Freiermuth, really nice plays there. Yeah, right after the news, you started taking Freiermuth. Thought it was cooked after the Addison explosion game. Narrator, you were not cooked. In fact, it was us with Addison who were cooked. Shout out Mark Zorner here. 7th place. Mark's having a really good year on the Dawg app. Feel like I always see his name up here. Man, K-Bash, did you run? So then K-Bash had the other, man, Allen Puka. Man, K-Bash had just an insane day yesterday. Congrats, man. So did Awin. I know he didn't get the Dawg Bowl finish he wanted, but man, Awin all over these leaderboards. Apparently a good week to auto. Badge Bros Brawl, who took it down? Mighty Mouse with a Josh Allen, Bijan, Kyron, Justin Jefferson, Puka, Kittle. Just play the best plays. Play the best plays. You're going to have Josh Allen in the Badge Bros Brawl, I'll tell you that much. No Darnold teams getting there in the Badge Bros Brawl. Seems like this hotspot's working a little better, right? That's good. Anything else we need to take a look at? Who won fullback dive? Super DG. Josh Allen, Garendo, Sharps. Man, how many times have we seen this Garendo Sharp pairing? Puka, Amari, and Kittle. So there's actually an Allen stack that won a contest. Again, smaller contest. You could get away with not having 20-plus points from one of your wide receiver spots. Impossible to do in the bigger contest, but you could get away with it. And then Kittle here. Dosh Daniels from the Deposit Kingdom Discord here finished in 3rd. Congrats. Oh, there's Steven from ETR. Just, I think it was one of his first weeks playing BR. He was out here as a +1 with Patrick Barnes and decided to hop in, do some drafts this weekend. 12th place here in the fullback dive. Congrats, Steven. All right. Seems like people want to talk some best ball. I should mention ADP chasing is good to go today. Davis, Mike Shope, and Karain, I'm sure they'll be diving into the best ball landscape a good bit here. But let's go over to bbmdb.com, see how we're doing. Also, real quick, I'll show you my exposures from yesterday, just across all of my underdog teams. So I mentioned I was really heavy Puka. Didn't really matter, though. Was also heavy Evans and Connor, and that did not work out. 33% Evans across all my teams, 23% Connor. Late push on Sharbs, got up to 21% on him. A lot of HN. Kittle, my highest drafted tight end. I felt really strongly about him. But yeah, not really any big hits here. You know, Puka and Kittle were good, but lots of misses. Evans, Connor, HN, Hurts getting overshadowed by Allen really hurt. I was way heavier on Hurts than Allen. You can see here I had Hurts at nearly 20% and Allen down at 4%. So that killed. I thought I was going to be in good shape because I had a lot of Darnold as my third highest drafted. But yeah, wide receiver, kind of a mixed bag there. Had a lot of Pickens that ended up getting swapped to Metcalf there, which kind of made Metcalf a bigger stand than I would have liked, because you can't do the individual swaps. But I was really trying to balance it because I already had, you can see here, a ton of Debo and Adams. So I was like, all right, let's just split these three ways. Fucking Debo, man. Calvin Ridley was a big stand. That didn't get there. So yeah, not enough Jefferson either. And then Addison, 4%, but for a scroll down guy, hard to complain about that. A little bit of Jennings in here. Anyways, all right, let's go over to bbmdb.com. Always like looking at the exposures. I knew it was going to be like a decent day for me just based on my exposures here. So Charbonnet, my most drafted, at 22%. So that was very good. Neighbors, not good, man. I still can't get over how good things were looking for Neighbors at the start of the year, and what a sad, depressing run out it's been. Chase Brown going tonight, Rico going tonight, so that should be fun. Maybe we can get a few others going. Bowers, down game, but I feel like Bowers has already done his job. Jonathan Brooks, rest in peace. Flowers on bye, Franklin on bye, Bucky hurt, Ray Davis did nothing there. So not a ton here. I guess down here, Addison at 13.3%, that's big. Kittle at 14.7%, that was helpful. JSN continues to kind of solidify himself as kind of a consistent producer, which is certainly nice there. So yeah, decent week for the exposures. I'm legitimately curious to see how many teams I have now after this game, as we see Mathology here still at the top. 25 of 150. So right at expectation. Can't complain about that. Would be curious to see if I have like any Chase Brown teams close tonight and Rico teams. So I'm advancing 6 of 26 of my Chase Brown. It seems like these Chase Brown teams are too far out. 80 points, 109, 84. So I don't think I'm getting any extra Chase Brown teams tonight. Maybe a Rico team, though. Rico, yeah, maybe. 12.3 out with a Rico team here, 16.8. So maybe a little bit of life. I don't know what he would need to pass here. JT on bye. Swift didn't do much. Okay, Tyrone Tracy. So yeah, I think I could definitely get a Rico team through tonight if he goes for more than 12.3 there. See a Rico here. This team, probably not. Actually, yeah, because I don't think anything happened at RB2 here outside of Charbonnet. Mostert didn't play. Swift didn't do anything. Davis didn't do anything. McLaughlin on bye. Bucky. So, yeah, maybe this team, too, with a big Rico night. Look at this Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields team. Hilarious. I want to see what my Charbonnet advance rate jumped to after that game yesterday. Yeah, so wow, went up to 9 of 33. So that was big. That was really big. What's this team? That's 4.6.8 out. Kyron, Warren, Ford, Eckler, Sharbs. Do I have anybody going tonight? Doesn't look like it. So that team's probably Probably toast. GM Mark, congrats again. What's up, Brett? What's up, Josh? Yes, great 0 RB week. I don't want to do that. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood to be a dick. Some Monday mornings I am. The Jefferson advance rate had to have gotten boosted yesterday. Let me just see what is in general, what the Jefferson advance rate's at. Jefferson advance rate, not bad at all. 23% after that one. That's kind of crazy. Let's see if my Jefferson teams are above or below that expectation. Right on average, 3 of 13 there. Wow. My best Jefferson team isn't advancing. 2.46 behind. Do we have anything going tonight? Doesn't look like anything going tonight. Bummer. Man, I remember this team. This was my only AOC share. Are you kidding me? I could have used that yesterday. Really could have used that. We could have used one more AOC to Bowers for sure. What did he even end up being did anyone score last night in that Chargers Chiefs game? I was watching some of it and then missed the last part. Did anyone have a good fantasy game in this one? Of course, this box score is not loading for me. I'll let the chat tell me. Chase and Higgins could make a big difference tonight. Yeah, for sure. Allen went from 13 to 20%. I believe it, man. Best ball, it's so much. I mean, it's two things, right? Like there is, having those consistent scores and not taking zeros is huge, but spike weeks too, man. When you get that 50-point thing, it is insane how valuable that is. My only AOC share is advancing. Is he okay? Again, I'm so out of the loop on injuries today. The Chiefs kicker went nuts. QJ and Palmer. Man, yeah, speaking of that, I had a rough day on Pick'ems yesterday too. I actually had a fun one going into I was excited going into Sunday Night Football. I was like, okay, I have one thing to cheer for here. I had done a couple sliders on these Kittle and Purdy. So I'd done Purdy higher and Kittle higher, and then also Palmer and Herbert. I mentioned that on the cram. And so I was like, oh shit, like this might actually hit. And I had it laddered. Here was the big one. I had 4 picks for 3,200 here. This one was a little higher. Kittle 89.5, Purdy 289. Those hit. Then Palmer hits over 69.5. And I just needed Herbert to get to 290 there. If Herbert gets to 290 there, that's like a 5K pick'em hit between these two. And that didn't get home. So yeah, rough day in the pick'em streets. I don't think I hit a single pick'em. You want to know how I know? Because Underdog sends me a notification that says, you just won X amount in pick'em. They did not send me that notification yesterday. All right, what else do you guys want to look at here? I'm open for whatever. I will be honest. Normally, I like to do a little bit of Monday Night Football research before coming on the stream to help with a pick'em. Did not do any research, so you guys are gonna have to help me out with that. Going to the game tonight, though, so we're gonna have to cook up some fun sliders for the IRL sweat. So if you guys have ideas, we can do that in a second. But yeah, if there's anything else before we move on to Guillotine and Monday Night Football that you guys want me to look at as far as advance rates, let me know. I need some inspiration from you guys right now because I'm dogging it. What's up, Matt? Another old guy here, 55, who loves the content. First ever BBM team advancing, but need less than 25 from Chase tonight. Yeah, that is a fun sweat. I literally just got like a pit in my stomach for you. I'm on such like pins and needles with getting chased down, literally no pun intended, from good wide receivers. Yeah, that sweat yesterday like kind of fucked with me. just to be completely honest. And again, not in like an irrecoverable way, just like what it did to the emotions and also being around so many people and celebrating and then having that all happen so quickly. I can certainly sympathize too with the all the Dawg Bowl participants. It's like a really weird phenomenon to be sweating that in real life, and like everyone's having fun, and then deep down inside some people are just like agonizing over what's happening, and yet you're still, you know, in a group. You know, it's so much easier to kind of like tilt and celebrate and be a jackass like in your own home when you're just watching it by yourself. There's definitely a weird meta component to doing that with a bunch of other people. So yeah, definitely a weird day, especially when a lot of people in the 1 p.m. games thought they were going to be in a lot better shape than they were. New underdog contests are out. Oh, sweet. We did get 20K. I wasn't sure if we were. That's awesome. Very fun. I will mention, guys, if you haven't done a lot of the 12-person drafts, I did do a little evergreen section on it in the Deposit Kingdom video, strategy video for last week. So if you're new to that and you're kind of wondering about strategy tweaks with the 6-person to 12-person drafts, I recommend checking that out. I talked about a few of the differences there. Chris G wants Chase Brown first TD. That's fun. We can definitely do an early draft in a sec if we want. Ooh, do not tempt me with a good time. KaVontae Turpin ladders. Let's go. Yeah, no cha-chings for me yesterday. Coolers needs a lot of Chase tonight. Swoop was on the beneficiary of the Josh Allen. What is your lowest scoring team that is advancing? Good question. Let's look. Lowest scoring. So I have a ton that are 1700s. Here's a 1600. $16.08. Looks like $16.08. Let's see my worst team. Although it's only 15 points ahead, so that could get chased down. Ooh, it's a Derrick Henry team. Look at these dog shit tight ends, though. Kyle Pitts and Tyler Conklin. That ain't going to get it done. This team sucks, man. It doesn't, but like looking at Shaheed, Jalen Polk, Rondell Moore, Tajay Spears, Jalen Warren. This is a gross-ass team. Kirk Cousins, Stafford, and Carr. I don't like this team, even though it has Puka and Nico. Like, the wide receivers are sick. Don't get me wrong. But just something about this team is very gross to me. How did you do in the Dawg Bowl? I was at the Dawg Bowl. I was not in the contest. Myself and the Badge Bros and, you know, a few other of the Underdog crew were just out here partaking. So you are correct. I was there, but I was not in the contest. BR is a little smaller. Zeke, Will is staying on brand. Zeke, anytime TD tonight. What's a ladder? So it just means like the KaVontae Turpin line that Historical Anomalies was just talking about. So you would normally it's in non like parlay sites. So you would just bet like individual Turpin higher than or over 14.5, and then they'd have a alt line for 20.5. You'd bet that, and basically saying, you know, maybe I don't sweep the board, but like if he has an above average game, I could hit like 3 of 6 of my ladders, and then generally your pricing would scale down, right? Because like him going over 80 yards is way less likely, but you might be getting like 70 to 1 on it. So that's in that. So in the underdog streets, it just basically means a slide. And that's kind of what I did with that pick'em that I showed with the Kittle. Like I had one where it was like a slightly lower threshold, and then I did it again, the exact same one with a higher threshold, lower entry fee, but higher payout. I don't know if that was a good explanation, but I tried. I am going to the game tonight. It's going to be fun. A bunch of us are going, be hanging out with with Nez and John and the Underdog crew, we will get the sliders going today. I promise you that. We'll make sure to share those in the Discord. I legit want to go in the lab. We'll get Nez in the lab. Nez is always cooking up some good pick'ems. If you guys have anything good, let me know. I'll basically tail anything tonight. The IRL sweats are always a good time, so I will tail your pick'ems tonight. Will, does anyone here vouch for Fantasy Life's projection in ownership? I'll vouch for Fantasy Life projections. Multiple sports, very good value. James McCool, and Dwayne with a lot of stuff on the football side, but James McCool does a lot of the other sports. And yeah, it's good stuff, and also just like a really good value based on how much you can get. I got a promo code down below if you are interested in checking it out. Yeah, Mathology still holding it down in first place of the contest here. What an incredible year for Mathology, man. What an incredible year. He was so fun to hang out with last night and just in this weekend in general. Really good guy and love seeing all of his success. How much Jauan Jennings do you have, Pete? This is one of those questions where like, G's not actually interested. He just wants to say how much he has. Chris, I'm on to your bullshit. What is my highest team that isn't advancing? Yeah, we could look at that. All right, here's a team with 1,700 points that's not advancing. It's 2.46 points back. Do we have anyone going tonight? No one going tonight. That's a bummer. Yeah, and mate, is this my second AOC team? Do I have two AOC teams? This is James Cook, Pollard, Jerome Ford, Eckler, rest in peace, Jordan Mason. Man, could have been Jordan Mason. If only I had Garendo on this team. Yeah, I don't think that team's getting back. Maybe this team. This team's 3.2 back. Yeah, let's see if we have any other sweats for tonight. Anything tonight? Man, Ladd missing last night, hurt. I don't see any. Man, no Kenneth Walker in this one. Nothing. This team's done as well. Let's check this one. 4.68 points out, and then we'll move on. Man, a Trey McBride or a Trey Tucker team. I bet I drafted this team with Lord Reeves. I'm pretty sure it was either that or Ray G. I think those two guys, when I drafted with them, they both wanted Trey Tucker. That's the other thing I really should do. I need to go look at which teams, because still most of my teams I drafted on stream. Kind of want to scroll through because I have them named. I'm kind of curious which teams from which shows are doing well. Okay, Neil Orfield, the very last one I did. The Deposit Kingdom video one I did with Sacrilegious. Here's one with Sean. Oh, the team with Rotopad is advancing. That's funny. Man, look at this. Some of my like non-best ball sicko guest stream drafts are doing good. Rotopat, what did I do with Rotopat? Did we take some running backs early? I think we drafted Derrick Henry with him. See if I recall correctly. Yeah, this was one of my Derrick Henry teams. Wait, this was the one we just looked at. The one that I said was so gross. Yeah, that's this one that I drafted with Rotopat. The team I drafted with Levitan is advancing on stream. One of my only Barkley shares. Ooh, and this one has Braylon Allen. It still has Chase Brown to go tonight. A Lamar Gino, Tyreek, Evans, Keenan, JSN, Lockett, Jacoby McMillan, Evan Ingram, Cole Kmet. This team is decent. Team I drafted with Karain. Here's a Swolecast team, a Sean team. Ooh, the team I drafted with Easy on stream is advancing. What did we do? Tua Baker Fields. We had, okay, yeah, he got me on a Kamara share. Rest in peace, Jonathan Brooks. This one has Chase Brown, Tyreek Evans, Amari, rest in peace, Godwin, Sutton, Burton, Tolbert, Elijah Moore. It's nice. And then Andrews and Freiermuth, that duo coming on there. Best Ball Breakfast, one with Sean, another with Sean. Wow, lots with Sean. Sean's stuff is cooking. I think we had a lot of Jerry Jeudy that is looking really nice. Obviously, a ton of Chase Brown and a ton of Brock Bowers. That's something I haven't like talked about a lot. Yeah, look, Judy, Bowers, JSN, Higgins, Flowers. These were all Sean guys. Chase Brown, Bucky, Gibbs. So yeah, would be fun to get some of those Sean teams cooking in here. Here, I remember this was the ship chasing team where I think Pat had just had his daughter Vivian, and we drafted Deshaun Watson, and I put the vomit emoji. That team is advancing right now. Achan, Warren, Javonte, Chase Brown, Rico. Got the hammer tonight. Jefferson, Evans, Tank, Reed, McConkey, Palmer. Man, Javon Baker. You know how you do like remember that name like in the NFL? I feel like that's already Javon Baker, and he hasn't even finished his rookie year. And then another Underdog Cardio Club. So yeah, so a nice like variety of teams that I streamed here. A good chunk of these teams are ones that I streamed. Some of these ones late down the stretch when I was trying to max, and not all of them were on stream got in, but for the most part, a lot of stream teams there in the mix. Yeah, you know what? I thought so. Like I had a fucking pro move. Like my voice sounds bad, obviously, but I chugged water. I did some of the liquid IV stuff, mixed that in my water. John and I got Whataburger late last night, and I got a milkshake. Like I was doing everything to prevent the hangover today, and I think I did it. I know my voice sounds like shit, but I'm ready to cook. I think I'm gonna, after this, I need to go do some kind of sweat. Like I need to go for a run or work out. It's literally the sun is shining for the first time in Dallas since I've gotten here. So we'll get a little sweat, and then we got to cook up some pick'ems. Maybe have to do a little. There's no NBA tonight, is there? I don't think there's any NBA, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. But yeah, we'll be back and ready to indulge in the box. Historical Anomaly shouting out the betting part of fantasy life. Completely agree. And you guys can see too, I often pull it up when I am looking for pick'ems, because their pick'em screener is really helpful too for just quickly identifying some good prices there. The proprietor of bbmdb.com in the chat here. There are 3 teams at 1,800 plus that aren't advancing. Rough. I wonder how Sean is doing. I think Sean is cooking, man. Sean's so good. I feel like I want to do a show with him, because it's weird to like draft all these teams in the summer, and I feel like I haven't gotten to do a show or check in with him. If we, I would love, hopefully maybe if we get a team that like advances, obviously to the finals, but even to like week 16 or something, it'd be fun to do a show with him and kind of do a little post-mortem sweat. Cause yeah, he was all over it this year, man. All over it. Yeah, man, the liquid IV, I packed 4 of them. I really didn't need to use it. I took it easy on Saturday night, but after all those big Modelo's yesterday, I needed it. Dude, I'm going to be in Scottsdale. Mark says get UD to come to Scottsdale next year for the Dawg Bowl. I'm going to be in Scottsdale in January this year. The annual trip I do with my college buddies for the divisional round weekend. We got an Airbnb in Scottsdale, so I will be out there, man. No, it's just divisional round weekend. We always do it. We bounced around last year. We did Palm Springs. We've done Tahoe. We've done Biloxi, Mississippi. We used to do Vegas all the time. No, dude, I'm telling you, as someone who used to do Pedialyte, the liquid IV is better, man. I'm telling you, the liquid IV. I haven't read the ingredients. I don't know what's going on there, but anecdotally, from my personal experience, the liquid IV does the job better than the Pedialyte. All right, what was I going to show? Oh yeah, I was just going to show the pick'em screener and see if I could give myself some ideas for pick'ems tonight. Oh, I need to log in here. No, I don't like coconut water. But here's the thing. Coconut water's fine, but when I'm like super dehydrated or, wake up in the middle of the night and need to drink something, I don't want anything with flavor. I just want pure, uncut H2O. There you go. Dan giving us the goods here. Has more salt than Pedialyte. Look at this. I appreciate you guys sweating my BBM teams for me, because there's no way I'm getting down to all these individual sweats. I have a team, my 150th team has 1,655 points. It scored 161 to jump ahead of a guy with 21.32 this week. He's got Chase T, so you're probably short. All right. That was a roller coaster reading that comment. Anyways, let's look at the pick 'em just to see what on Fantasy Life is showing a decent edge. Gesicki, higher receiving yards. Turpin, okay, there's the Turpin. All right, we're definitely sliding Turpin. CeeDee Lamb rushing yards looks good, man. At 1.5, I feel like they've been giving him end rounds multiple times. T. Higgins higher, so the projections definitely like the hires there. Higgins, man, that's a bullish projection on T. Higgins, 80 receiving yards. Tolbert lower, Rico lower, Ferguson lower. Okay, so the Dallas stuff, it's more lower. Cooper Rush passing attempts looks good, higher than 35.5. I will say, I think my favorites, just looking at it here, Turpin ladders, Turpin sliders, and then Lamb rushing yards. Both those look good. Let's quickly do let's check in on the Guillotine League, and then we'll circle back and build some pick'ems. And then what do we got here? About 30 minutes until ADP chasing kicks off. All right, this is going to take me forever to log into these things. It does seem like the hotspot. Whoever shouted out the hotspot idea, thank you for that. It seems like it's been better than the Wi-Fi. Did someone tell me that Wiggins? Right, I think I jinxed it right after I said the hotspot was working well. Now I can't connect to the Guillotine League. Did someone say Wiggins won one of the Millies yesterday? $100K? Okay. Yeah, we have some FFPC teams. I actually need to check in on those. Fuck, I think I forgot to set my lineup in my Guillotine League. This is what happens on Sunday mornings, man. You start doing the DFS stuff. I actually think I set it early in the week, but I definitely forgot to check. Ooh, okay. Man, this is actually going to be close. So I rolled out Mahomes, Barkley, Achane, Tyreek, JSN. Ah, Bucky hurt me. Aaron Jones, Bowers. Did I make any bad sits? I thought about starting Jauan. I didn't have the stones to start him over like the running backs. Obviously not JSN or Hill. Now looking back at it with Bucky with that Q tag, I guess it got upgraded to probable. I'm just trying to see if I can beat myself up about not starting Jauan Jennings. Probably not in Waddle too. So man, this one, I have a bit of a cushion, but this dude has Burrow, Higgins, and Lamb. Jeez. So he is, man, he's almost 60 points back. That's going to be a sweat. Burrow, Higgins, Lamb. Man, that doesn't feel good. Let's check out the Deposit Kingdom one, though. I am very excited about Guillotine next year. I was talking to Elliot the CEO at Fantasy Life, and he was telling me a bit about what they have planned. This year was a little abbreviated kind of with the rollout. They acquired Guillotine Leagues, got it ready, for the start of the season, but the paid leagues didn't really roll out, I think, until like week 2 or 3. But they have some pretty cool plans for this year, some slight tweaks to the format that I think will be interesting to people, some tournaments, some higher stakes action, stuff like that. So excited about Guillotine. I've had a lot of fun playing in it. Let's check out who is going to get the blade in Deposit Kingdom. Wow, lots of people have guys going tonight. So based on projections, Pitts Happens is in trouble. Pitts Happens is 11 out of Judge Smales and has Jamar Chase. So that feels good. But what does Judge Smales have? Burrow. Man, that's a tough needle to thread. So you need Chase to track down 11 on Burrow. It's possible. It's possible, but does not feel great. Does not feel great. Well, good luck there to Andrew and Lewis tonight. Michael sitting pretty with the Josh Allen. Holy cow, yeah, Josh Allen. If you had Josh Allen in Guillotine League, you are on to week 15. This is a pretty sick team. Man, just seeing this, we didn't really talk about him across any contest because he wasn't showing up on any winning teams, but what a kind of a gross year for A.J. Brown, man. I just feel like such a perpetual tease. Upside always there, always live for 102 tutties, and it just does not seem to happen at the frequency it should. Yeah, Whataburger slapped. Whataburger was fun. I kind of had it's not like In-N-Out level or anything like super special, but I feel for like late night munchies, it definitely hit the spot. I had it the last time I was in Dallas was for a wedding in like 2009, and I had gotten it late night then, so I was like, oh, I want to do that again. So John and I had the Uber driver take us through the drive-through at Whataburger and then drive us home. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I got a vanilla shake too, and that was solid. Will UD have a college football playoff contest? I don't know, man. I haven't heard anything. Alex started Bucky over Garendo and barely won a main event. Yeah, let me go check and see if we have anything going with FFPC. Our team with Davis is really good. I would love to sneak it into the sprint. I don't know if we'll be able to get it in. My wife's from Texas. I can't stand Whataburger. In-N-Out is so much better. Yeah, I mean, it's not in the same conversation as In-N-Out, but late night Whataburger, no complaints from me. All right, where is fuck? This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good at all. Yeah, this team looks like it's toast. Yeah, we had some bye week stuff this week. I think we have Chase Brown going tonight. I forget who else we have going tonight. All right, this is taking too long. I think the team's dead. I didn't realize it was that big of a gap. All right, let's build a couple pick'ems here, and then maybe we can squeeze in one draft, and then I'll get you guys on your way to ADP chasing. We're going to need something on the Cincy side because I mentioned the two things I like here. Someone give me something they like on the Cincy side tonight. Is it too early to order Taco Bell? I don't think so. I mean, I'm not going to do it, but I don't think so. What is up, sir? Now we have a fast food war breaking out in the chat, talking about Culver's. You know what? I don't think I've ever had Culver's. Do you know what I really enjoyed when I enjoyed Cookout when I went down? When was the last time I was there? It was when Lauren and I did a road trip down to the Carolinas and tried Cookout and really enjoyed that. All right, CeeDee Lamb, we liked the rushing yards. Where is that? There he is. Yeah, I love this one. 1.5. Hasn't he been, what's he been at these past few games? I guess last week or against the Giants, he didn't. But before that, okay, I guess it wasn't. I guess it was the Houston game where we last saw him clear this number. I still like it, though. Turpin is such like a ladder play. What's he been at? He's been at 8. See, this is the Turpin experience, right? It's either 8 or 53. So I think if you play him, like, you have to ladder it. Man, these ladders are so nice. They're so nice. Let's do one that's just like slightly more reserved, the 29.5 for this one. This can be our, quasi core, and then we'll slide it on a remix. But I need someone to give me a Cincy one that they like. Guys, stop talking about Culver's and fast food. I need a Cincinnati pick to round this out. You guys are talking about spicy cheese curds. I need you guys to lock in. I need you to lock in and tell me a Cincinnati Bengals pick. Stop talking about Culver's, guys. Lock in. Thank you. Thank you, Willis. Someone is keeping us on track here. All right. I'm glad to see we're all back to being locked in. Let's look at some of this. Willis liked higher receptions, 5.5. That is juiced to the lower, which isn't ideal, but we can survive that. Let's just take a look at a few of these other suggestions. Chase Brown over rushing. Oops. Let me get the Chase Brown in here. Chase Brown, what's his rushing at? Where's his main rushing? 24.5 receiving yards, 16.5 rushing attempts. Yosh anytime TD. That's spicy. Jamar Culver over on receptions. It is. I do kind of like doing stuff. Maybe we split it, like split the tutties, like run that a few times with different Bengals TDs. Now this is taking forever to refresh again. Joe pass yards, Joey B over 275. Lock in. We're not talking about Skyline Chili. Lock in. My teams are dead. All I have left is burger takes. Thank you guys for helping me get through this show. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen. Like last night when I was going to bed and I'm like, man, I do not feel good. That sweat was brutal. It's like, I don't know if I want to do portfolio review tomorrow. And then I said, lock in, Pete. Lock in. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we did it. All right. I appreciate all the suggestions. Now, if I could just get my internet to work so I could actually place one of these. All right. And then Lamb disappeared from this? Come on. There he is. Okay. How about this? Let's look at some of these. I want to run this a few different ways. So let's see, like, what are the, I just want to see what the touchdowns are for these various Bengals. Are we getting any good? Man, I'm not going to miss this Wi-Fi. I'll tell you that much. Although shout out to my hotspot and whoever suggested that in the chat. That's been clutch because I was going to lose my goddamn mind. I still might if this just takes forever to refresh. Yeah, you guys got everybody hungry. Okay, so Jamar Chase tutties juice to the lower, 0.89. T. Higgins, those 1.17. Chase Brown is 0.81. Wow. Wow. Burrow, 2 pass touchdowns, 0.77. I kind of like, I'd almost rather just slide the receiving yards on Chase and Higgins, right? Instead of playing the touchdown. So let's do this. Let's run this slide a couple ways. I want to see what that. So yeah, this is like, so this is Turpin, Lamb, and then Higgins slide at 1.4. This is a 16x. What's inactive? Turpin's inactive? Come on, guys. Come on. Now the Turpin's not there. Were you guys slamming Turpin and they pulled it? I don't think they let you do the 2 touchdown ones together. Man, you guys front ran me on the fucking Turpin stuff. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Normally, I'd say let's hop in a draft right now, and then we could tab back and forth and build pick'ems while we wait, but I don't trust the internet enough to do that. We just got to lock in one of these pick'ems. You guys are sick. All right, now all my picks are disappearing from this. God. CeeDee Lamb. Oh, the rushing yards went down. Wasn't this at 1.5? Am I hallucinating? Wasn't it at 1.5 and it just went down to 1.5? What was it? Where's my other thing? Where's my Turpin? God damn it. Where's Turpin? All right, here he is. All right, this was the 16x. I wanted to lock this in. All right, I'm going to drop this in the chat. We got a little nice discount there on that. And then let's just run this a couple ways. Let's run it once with Chase. The fun thing about these is like you could sweep on this potentially if everybody has a big game. Let's go 1.73 there. So yeah, we'll slide Chase on this one. We're just going to run this a few times with the various Bengals with our favorite 2 angles of Turpin slide and Lamb. Let's see what's a good Brown slide. Rushing yards. Man, look at how big his scrimmage number is, 106.5. I do like him rushing yards against this really bad Cowboys defense. Maybe slide him up. He's 100 rushing yards. Yeah. All right, so there you go. That's going to be the core for tonight. CeeDee Lamb, higher than 0.5 rushing yards. KaVontae Turpin, higher than 29.5 receiving yards. And then mixing and matching Brown rushing slide, Higgins receiving slide, Chase slide. So those are our 3 we're going to do here for the portfolio review. But like I said, I am open for business with pick'em ideas. Tag me or drop them in the Discord so I can tail them tonight. All right. I think we got just enough time to do one draft. Do you guys want to do goal line stand? If everyone promises to draft fast, we can do a goal line stand. Let's pick it up. Let's not have it be one of these super slow goal line stands. 4 more people. Josh Allen 101. Yeah, where do you get your ideas? Josh Allen 101. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. The Lamb rushing sweat is going to be brutal. All it takes is one, brother. All it takes is one. Aubrey over 7.5 kicking points. All right. Would not be the first time I auto-picked some goal line stands from Dallas. Man, look at I can't believe this is week 14. These are the matchups we're going to be staring at to sweat our first round of playoff pods. Buffalo at Detroit. Wow, so that game opens up with a 53.5 point total. That could be very fun. Barkley's home versus the Steelers. That game's interesting. Little Pennsylvania battle there. Derrick Henry gets the Giants, as does Lamar. Jamar Chase gets the Tennessee secondary. Joe Mixon in Tennessee against Miami. That game has shootout potential. That opens up with a 47-point total. Man, there's some nice totals here. Miami, Houston, 47. Philly, Pittsburgh's only 44.5. I kind of like the over there. Arizona, New England. Ooh, Arizona. That feels like a Kyler McBride, Marvin Harrison spot at home versus that New England. Secondary, I like that. Denver versus Indiana. That game has a 43-point total. KC at Cleveland. Look at how low Kelsey is. ADP at 23. Did Izzy get a snap yesterday? I assumed it. No, it was because they gave Patrick Taylor some work, right? I can't risk pulling up another tab right now, but I don't think Izzy got any work, did he? Look, I said if we were going to do this, everyone had to draft fast, and now people aren't drafting fast. You guys aren't keeping up your end of the deal. What's the latest on Garendo? Jeez, and I spilled coffee on my shirt. Man, I am down so bad this morning. Yeah, I like the Ridley flop lag call. Wow. Having to battle the defending goal line stand champ line of scrimmage in here. I love that we got the 20K again, though. That's sick. 20K, 10K, 5K, 3K. 10th place is 1K. Man, there's some nice discounts on these guys. Are we worried about Achan's health? Why is Achan going this late? Am I missing something? Did Achan get hurt yesterday? Let's do let's just go high T. We'll take Kamara and Achan. B-Spurf stacks up Hurts with AJ Brown. Charlie goes Chase and Tyreek. Doesn't it feel like we're due for a Nuke Gibbs game too? Like a 200-yard, 2 TD game? Yeah, I think it's a really strong slate from just looking at this. Me too, brother. Imwald says, I convinced myself that taking Allen in the first round of BRs was a fish move. I didn't think it was fishy. I just wanted to take stands elsewhere, I guess. So maybe I did think it was fishy by proxy. I just really like taking Jefferson there. Yeah, and then just kind of mix and matching the skill guys. And then it was like Hurts would be falling a lot. Like I was able to get Hurts at like 12, 13, 14 in some drafts. So the Allen click was a little hard. Narrator, I should have been on it more. How soon do I get my Underdog I won a contest swag on my avatar? You know what? When I won my first tournament, it took like a week for it to show up. I don't know what kind of lag there is in the system, but yeah, you might have to wait a little bit for that to unlock. Nico, Cortland, Sutton start for Bry. Man, quarterback's going early. I wonder if this will be the case all week. Because, like, you know, as we talked about with the Dawg Bowl stuff and those qualifiers, quarterbacks really get pushed. I guess there's some nice high ceiling options, though. Allen, Lamar, Hurts, and then Burrow, Jaden. But let's see, like, what are the deep QBs? Like, man, see, like, you can get Bo Nix late. Man, Herbert's in a phenomenal spot. I'm definitely interested in that. Herbert, Winston's going to chuck versus KC. Russ at Philly's a little scary with how well Philly's been playing. Jared Goff at home with a 28-point team total. Kyler, I love versus that New England defense. Man, there's a ton of good spots. Baker should bounce back. Tampa Bay and Chargers could be very fun. All right, let's pick up the pace. Let's pick up the drafting pace. All right, that's my Achan update. Yeah. CJ Stroud broke me, man. I'm done with CJ Stroud. There's a few guys who have broke me this year. CJ Stroud has broke me. Evan Ingram has broken me. Like some guys I just like, I can't, you know, I think I had like, I don't know, like 3 shares of Evan Ingram yesterday, but you know, I'll still like occasionally, but those guys, man, I can't. Yeah, man, we're powering through. We got to give ADP chasing their runway. Actually, yeah, we are going to shut this down in 4 minutes when ADP chasing starts. So let's pick up the drafting pace here. World's fastest goal line stand draft commences now. All right, let's see what we're looking at. Obviously, no running backs. We're already tapped out at running back. Okay. Is Harrison still here? I really just want to attack this New England defense in this one. And I'm probably hemorrhaging some value, but I want to lock up some exposure right now. So we go Kyler in Marv, Achan, Kamara, and then it'll be one more wide receiver and a tight end there. Where did McBride go in this one? McBride went at pick 16. Look at this. Everyone really picked up the pace. You love to see it. Everyone all came together and agreed, let's knock this out. Yeah, Debo, I think that's a good one for broke because I doubled down last week or yesterday. Yeah, I think he has to be redacted now. Is there there's 2 Monday night games this week? Yeah, how fun. I'm curious. What's our Shipcast game too? can't even pull up the schedule. Just do it on my phone. All right. So week 15, we get Rams Niners on Thursday. That could be very fun. Sunday night football is Packers Seahawks. That could be fun. And then the double Monday nighter, Bears Vikings, Falcons Raiders. Those games feel gross to me, but we'll take it. Yeah, Falcons Raiders is something. Although Brock Bowers, primetime, late night, Brock Bowers hammer to advance some of your teams to week 16. That sounds fun. B-Dub got 3rd place in the playbook. Congratulations, B-Dub. All right. It's 10:45, so I'm not going to sit around here and encroach on ADP chasing. You guys can go over and watch that. I have the redirect set up, so you should be taken there directly. Congrats to everyone who won yesterday. Congrats to all the Dawg Bowl finalists. Have a great rest of your Monday. I am Swolecast. We're moving to Wednesday because I am flying back tomorrow, so I will not be around at our normal time. So if you are looking for that, that'll be the next time I see you guys, Wednesday Swolecast. Otherwise, yeah, have a great rest of your week. Thank you for powering through with me here with some of the technical difficulties. I see all your comments that I sound like RFK. I appreciate that. And yeah, send me your pick'ems for tonight so we can cook up some IRL sweats. And yeah, have a great rest of your Monday. We'll see you guys later.